There was a man with a bad heart, a telephone number scribbled on a cash register receipt, and a corpse on the other side of town. But I couldn't see the connection between them until I realized that they were all tied together by the same long rope worth $30,000.
From the pen of Raymond Chandler, outstanding author of crime fiction, comes his most famous character as CBS presents The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. And now, with Gerald Moore, starred as Philip Marlowe, we bring you tonight's exciting story, The Long Rope.
I'd finally wound up a sour case in which I'd been kicked around, disillusioned, and shortchanged. And in my book, a routine like that calls for relaxation. So I'd spent the morning sleeping and the afternoon in a Turkish bath, being worked over on the table by Nick Takalakis, a non-talking masseur who untied knots in more muscles than I thought I had. He was trying to tear loose my Achilles tendon when the phone rang. It was for me. Nick wouldn't let me up, so I took it lying down. Yeah? Marlowe speaking?
My name is Sidney Vanetta, Mr. Marlowe. I've tried all afternoon to reach you.
Oh? Nick, what can I do for you, Mr. Vanetta?
I've already made your reservation with American Airlines. You're leaving on the 10 o'clock plane tonight, and you're taking with you a set of pearls for a certain buyer in Chicago.
Wait a minute, Mr. Vanetta. Maybe I can...
No, maybe, Marlowe. I've checked thoroughly on you and find you entirely qualified, which is important because the pearls are a perfectly matched set in a rope valued at about $30,000. The buyer wants them, and I made up my mind just this morning to sell. The proceeds will go to my niece.
Lucky girl.
Indeed she is, particularly since I have no respect for her as a woman. She presumes to be a sculptress of all things, but she's my only heir. I'm selling the pearls simply because I know she would, and I can get more for them.
Yeah, Hey, Nick, wait a minute, will you? Why all the hurry, Mr. Vanetta?
First, the buyer is leaving Chicago tomorrow. Second, my heart may fail me at any moment. Thus the hurry, Mr. Marlowe.
I see. Well, I'll take the job, conditionally. But suppose I come out and talk with you. Telephones are deceptive.
Very well. Come to 7241 Adams, just below Western. I'll expect you in an hour, at 6, sharp. Side door will be open, so let yourself in.
Sounds like you're alone out there.
I am. I just fired my nurse, a Miss Drew, and as stupid a woman as the earth was ever cursed. But I shouldn't get excited about it. I've engaged a new one, due here at 5:30, but who will no doubt be late. So as I say, Marlowe, when you get here, just let yourself in. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, Nick, you better hurry it up. I gotta see a man about a rope worth 30 grand. Yeah, that's right. A rope worth $30,000. Vanetta's place on Adams was a big, fancy, and dirty gray place. 40 years ago, it had been a proud, expensive house. But now it squatted at the back end of a rundown yard like a bitter old man too tired to move. I found the side door unlocked and went in. The hallway was dusky and had the odor of moldy wool. I called Vanetta's name but got no answer. So I poked on in until I heard the snapping of an open fire. It came from the library. A big chair was drawn up in front of the fireplace, and there Vanetta sat, his chin sunk deep in his chest and his eyes closed. I coughed, but he didn't hear me, so I stepped close and shook him gently by the shoulder. All it took was a gentle shake. He sagged forward and poured out of the chair like stiff syrup. Mr. Vanetta was dead. I started for the phone to report the body, but then I heard gravel crunch in the driveway. Someone else was coming in that side door, so I stepped out into the hall and waited.
Mr. Vanetta, it's... Oh. Who are you?
Philip Marlowe. Who are you?
Steve Temple. I'm Mr. Vanetta's business agent.
Here on business now?
Yes, I am. It's all the same to you. I came to see Mr. Vanetta regarding some pearls. So if you'll excuse... Oh.
Yeah, the pearls can wait. Their owner's dead.
So it finally happened, huh?
You're taking the news very well, Temple.
I've been expecting it every day for 5 years. You found him, I suppose?
Mm-hmm. We had an appointment at 6. He wanted me to fly his pearls to Chicago. What are you staring at, Temple?
Why, this bottle of medicine here.
What about it?
For years, he's kept this stuff beside him in case of an attack. Yet, when he actually needed it, it was over here on the sideboard out of his reach. Ironic, isn't it?
Very. He fired Miss Drew, his old nurse, today and didn't expect a new one until 5:30. Say, do you happen to know her name?
No one. You mean he's engaged a new nurse?
That's right. She's an hour late already.
Yeah. Well, for once, that doesn't matter to Mr. Vanetta.
Say, Temple, are you acquainted with his niece?
Vivian Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. She's a sculptress. There's a studio out on Fountain, near Bronson, I believe.
She was to get the proceeds from the pearls.
Well, I assumed that, although nothing was ever said. She's his only heir.
Where would those pearls be now?
I kept them in a wall safe behind that picture there, consistently against my advice.
Yeah, sure. Opens with a key. Where would that be?
He carried it with him on his watch chain. Why? What are you going to do?
I'll take a look at the pearls and then have them impounded. Yeah, this must be the key. Now, let's open it up.
It's there, that velvet case.
As big as an overnight bag. Must be some string of beads.
It is, Marlowe. Here, let me open it. There. Right. It's nothing but tissue paper.
Yeah. It's not too surprising. While Temple called the police and tried to keep the details straight on a natural death and an unnatural theft, I went over the room again with a new viewpoint. All that turned up without an easy explanation was one, a cash register receipt for $1.34 with the phone number Republic 2809 penciled on the back. And two, the peculiar position of Mr. Vanetta's medicine bottle, which Temple had already noticed. I dropped the receipt in my pocket and told Temple to wait for the law. He gave me his home address and phone number, and I promised to check in with him later and left. The first stop was a phone booth where I dug into the nurses' registries and hit pay dirt on the fourth call.
Miss Drew? Yes, we have a Miss Drew.
Is she the one who worked for Mr. Sidney Vanetta but was fired this afternoon?
That's his opinion. Actually, Miss Drew quit.
All right, have it your way. Where can I get in touch with her?
She's right here where she's been since 3 o'clock this afternoon. What is the nature of your business, sir?
Never mind. You've already answered my question. But look, Mr. Vanetta hired another nurse to replace Miss Drew. Is the new girl one of yours?
Absolutely not. Mr. Vanetta will never get another nurse from this registry or from any other that I know of.
You're so right.
He's utterly impossible to please in any way, and we're through trying. Goodbye.
Well, Miss Drew was in the clear, and Vanetta began to focus as a pretty odd Johnny. But I was still trying to figure why the new nurse hadn't shown up when I reached for a cigarette and brought out the cash register receipt with the phone number on the back. So I tried it. Republic 2809. It rang, but nothing happened. I got in my car then and drove up to Hollywood and out Fountain to Bronson, where the only Vanetta heir, Miss Vivian Russell, had a studio. It was a converted double garage with a lot of north windows, so her new close-to-the-ground Hudson sat outside in the driveway. The adjoining four-room apartment looked cozy enough, if you liked wading through chunks of marble and eating off of last week's newspaper. Yeah, I was braced for a dowdy Amazon with broken fingernails as I rang the bell. That's why the dainty 118 pounds of taboo-scented blonde, who was clad in 10 chartreuse yards of whispering silk cut like lounging pajamas, caught me as flat-footed as a duck when she opened the door.
Hi. Did you want something?
Yes. Yeah. My name is Marlowe. I'd like to speak to Miss Vivian Russell.
You are. So go ahead and enjoy yourself, Marla.
May I come inside? I have some bad news, Miss Russell.
Oh, sure. Come on in. Now, shall I sit down or just hang on to something?
Suit yourself. Your uncle, Mr. Vanetta, died this afternoon.
Oh, his heart finally gave up, did it, huh?
Yeah, but you shouldn't go all to pieces like that, Vivian.
Now, wait. He meant nothing to me, but I'm glad his suffering is over.
The pearls are missing, too.
Well, really? What happened to them?
They were stolen. And don't tell me that means nothing to you, because you're getting the money, $30,000 worth.
What? Uncle Sidney intended to give me the money from those pearls? How do you know that?
I'm a private detective. He told me he was my client.
Oh, then you're out of a job. Say, how would you like to work for me, Marlowe? I'm serious. Now I want those pearls back, you know.
Now, for $25 a day in expenses, it's a deal. Now, you tell me something. Who did your uncle hire today to replace Miss Drew?
The nurse? Why, I didn't even know Miss Drew had been fired.
How did you know she didn't quit?
With Uncle Sidney? Try me again.
Republic 2809.
That doesn't mean a thing. You know, Marlowe, you've got an awfully good head.
Are you speaking as a sculptress or just an ordinary chiseler?
And what is that crack supposed to mean?
You didn't know you were getting the money legally. You might have taken the pearls yourself.
Oh, stop it, Marlowe.
Okay, client. Well, I'll run along. I've got work to do.
All right, but don't forget that all work and no play makes for a dull companion.
Yes, and it also makes $25 a day. I'll be seeing you. All the way down Sunset Divine Street, I kept telling myself a buck's a buck, regardless. But the idea that I'd been grabbed at stayed with me. Vivian Russell had plenty of motive as a dry land pearl diver, and if that's true, she'd need a patsy just to keep her abreast of the situation. I turned north on Vine and twisted up Beechwood Drive to 2000, the number Steve Temple had given me. He had had 2 hours of playing 20 questions policeman style, and I figured it was time to check his score. Also, Temple was the man to fill in a few blanks on my new client for me. His place was dark, but I got out anyway and started up the walk to his door. I'd gone about a dozen steps into a tunnel of overhanging shrubs when I heard it.
Psst. Hey, you.
I turned as a man stepped out onto the walk and came toward me slowly. He was tall, wiry, with a thin, arrogant face that sneered out from under an expanse of forehead big enough for 3 sets of eyebrows. All shaggy.
We're gonna have a talk, Mr. Temple. Hey, you're not Temple.
Now we both know that. I'm a friend of his. What do you want with Temple?
I've got a message for him, but it's personal.
Who from?
Like I say, it's personal, mister. I'll be back later.
Come here. I said I'm a friend of Temple's. If you got a message for him, I'll see that he gets it.
Well, okay, then. Tell him that some of his friends are too blasted nosy.
Go! The guy with the forehead had a great left jab and a pair of hurdler's legs, and by the time I untangled myself from the brush and got out on the walk again, he was gone. Well, I knew it was a waste of time, but I tried Temple's doorbell twice before I went back to my car. Nothing made sense, except that somebody who knew his way around had stolen a long rope of pearls, and somewhere in the city was a nurse who hadn't shown up on a new job. Beyond that, it was all question marks. Well, I drove down to the filling station on the corner and went inside to the phone. I started to call police headquarters, but instead dropped the nickel in and dialed Republic 2809 again, just on a hunch.
Lieutenant Ibarra speaking.
Ibarra? I didn't dial you, Ibarra.
What?
This is Marlowe.
Well, you got me anyway. Now, listen, Phil, I hear you're on that Vanetta case.
Yeah.
If it'll help you any, the coroner says definitely he died of a heart attack. No homicide involved.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Hey, but look, where are you now?
In a flat on the corner of Union and 59th Street. Why?
Well, is that phone number there, Republic 2809?
Well, that's a great piece of deduction. You just called it.
Ibarra, listen, I found that number at Vanetta's place this afternoon. What's going on down
There's a
there?
girl here named Betty Larson.
Yeah, she's a nurse, right?
No, wrong, Phil. She's a corpse. Before that, she was a waitress. Just a waitress. Somebody came to her door and killed her for no apparent reason whatsoever.
In just a moment, we will return to the second act of The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. But first, Jack Benny will be along on CBS tomorrow night with one of his funniest shows ever. In addition to his regular hecklers, Dennis, Don, Phil, Mary, and Rochester, Claudette Colbert and Vincent Price will pay a call on Jack. And with Don Wilson still wanting a raise in pay, and with Jack still trying to starve him into talking terms, you're sure to find the situations full of the hilarity and fast-moving fun that have made CBS's Jack Benny Show the top-rating comedy of all. Yes, remember, CBS also means Catch Benny Sundays. Now, with our star, Gerald Moore, we return to the second act of Philip Marlowe and tonight's story, The Long Rope.
It was 40 minutes of thick stop-and-go traffic from the time I quit talking to Ibarra until I pulled up near the 4 stories of faded, sagging tenement on the corner of Union and 59th. But even then, the crazy question that had been weaving in and out of my mind like a 2 a.m. drunk looking for the way to go home was still with me. Why was the telephone number Republic 2809 bracketed by a couple of dead people, who, as far as I could see, should have had nothing to do with each other in the first place? And right there, for the 10th time running, I drew a complete and unabridged blank. But a minute later, when I climbed out of my coupe and over the bumpers of the half-dozen squad cars that were jammed into the narrow street like so many toy autos that a kid had forgotten about, I quit asking myself riddles and started looking for Detective Lieutenant Ibarra, a quiet man who always preferred fact to fancy. I found him in a cheap but clean uniform crowded room on the second floor, Standing a few feet away from the body of Betty Lawson, a girl in a bathrobe who had once been something pretty in her early 20s.
Well, Phil, the coroner says she was shot twice in the chest at close range, died instantly.
Is that where she fell, Lieutenant, there near the door?
Yeah, looks like she'd just gotten home and into her robe and someone she didn't know knocked on the door. The safety chain was still on when we got here. The windows lead no place.
Those chains let a door open just wide enough for the barrel of a gun, is that it?
Yeah, but how does all this add with those missing pearls and the rest of that business over on Adams, Marlowe?
Not like 2 and 2, believe me. So far, Ibarra, the only question is the telephone number. Tell me, where did this Betty Lawson work?
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet.
So long, Lieutenant.
Yeah, so long. Right now, we only know that she was a waitress who stayed here with her brother, who was some kind of a student. They got along pretty well together. She was single, too. Lived here since... Oh, wait a minute. Tiny Bar. Oh, yeah, Mooney. Ryan's Cafe, huh? Ryan himself runs it. Okay. I'll check it personally, right?
Hey, is that where she worked, Ibarra, Ryan's Cafe?
Yeah, but it's funny, Phil. She lived here since early 1947. And Mooney tells me she worked that 24-hour hash house just as long, yet it's way over on the other side of town in Western.
Weston and where, Ibarra?
The 2300 block. Should be near Washington.
Washington, which is only 1 block from Adams, and that starts to close the big circle.
What do you mean, Marlowe?
Well, that the Vanetta place is on Adams near Weston. Look, Ibarra, how about letting me huddle over a cup of Ryan's coffee before the law steps in, huh?
Why, got a hunch you want to check, Phil?
Yeah, that and a cash register receipt. What do you say?
All right, but play it close, fellow. Ryan probably doesn't know about this yet.
No? Unless, of course, he squeezed the trigger. Goodbye, Ibarra. I was a half hour getting over to Ryan's Cafe on Weston, which turned out to be a lot of steamed-over plate glass, bragging about a 40-cent hot roast beef sandwich in 2-foot-high white chalk letters. And inside, the motif was the same. Everything that Mr. Ryan sold was a bargain. I slid onto a shaky stool opposite a cash customer who was something dirty in a torn overcoat buried deep in a handicap of sheet and coffee. He looked up once, grinned no teeth at me, then hollered for Ryan in the kitchen, who said that he only had 2 hands and would be out in a minute. But before those 60 seconds ran out, I looked around, and over in a corner, in a collection of trash piled next to a broom, I saw a very welcome piece of paper. It was a brother of the cash register receipt that I'd found on Sidney Vanetta's desk, the one that had tied Betty Lawson's murder onto the rope of pearls. I turned back to the counter just as Ryan started toward me. He was a little bigger and a little better looking than the average ape, and on his right arm, under thick, coarse black hair that was long enough to braid, there was a tattoo of a dancing girl who, if Ryan ever shaved about his wrist, would freeze to death.
What'll it be, mister? Coffee?
Yeah, and a little information. You know Sidney Vanetta, Ryan?
That screwball with a bum ticker over on Adams? Yeah, I know him. Why? What's up?
His time on Earth, for one thing, he's dead.
Too bad. Should have taken it easier. Cream?
No, pearls.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Ryan, who brought that tray up to the Vanetta place this afternoon?
I did.
Sure it wasn't Betty Lawson?
I'm positive. None of the girls would go near that place. Vanetta was hard to get along with. Now you tell me something. What are you, mister? Newshound, collection man, or cop?
Getting warm, Ryan. I'm a private detective named Marlowe.
I'm thrilled. Good night.
Before I finish my coffee?
Before I throw you out. I don't like too many questions.
Not even easy ones, huh? Like who murdered Betty Lawson?
Betty's dead?
Yeah. Over in a flat on 59th Street, shot twice with a .32. When'd you last see her, Ryan?
Why, a couple of hours ago when she quit for the night. Marlowe, the cops got any idea who did it?
I don't know. Right now, they're looking for a boyfriend.
You're crazy. Betty didn't have a boyfriend.
Outside of you?
Outside of me. So I'm going over to straighten them out now. Mitzi! Mitzi!
Yeah?
Get out here and take over.
Okay.
I gotta move fast.
No, you don't, Ryan. Betty's dead, remember?
Yeah, but whoever did it ain't. Now, don't try to stop me, Marlowe. You'll get hurt.
Look, Ryan, why don't you play smart and... what's the use? Go on, start running. You won't get very far. For the first time that night, I felt sure of what I was saying. Because even as Ryan had squared himself away to play bounce the private detective, I suddenly noticed a friendly face working hard over a stale donut at the far end of the counter. It was Lieutenant Ibarra. And when Ryan tossed his apron aside, grabbed at his coat, and slammed out the front door, Ibarra turned and nodded at a short man nearby who was idly picking his teeth with the end of a book of matches. At that, the man dropped the matches into his pocket and left. Then Ibarra moved over to me.
Didn't mean to crowd you here, Phil, but after you left, we found out that Ryan and Betty Larson used to see quite a bit of each other.
Don't apologize, Ibarra. Probably would have cost me a couple of front teeth if I hadn't noticed you.
Warm up your coffee, mister?
Yeah, please. You, Ibarra?
No, Phil, I gotta move now. You see, I don't think Ryan did this. I told Mooney to follow him, but not to pick him up. Chances are good that Ryan's heading straight for Betty's apartment to demand that the police find out who killed his girl, so I'm going the other way, to Ryan's house. There may be another woman in this. Jealous one.
But no rope of pearls, huh?
No, Marlowe, I don't think so. Good night now.
Night, Lieutenant. Well, Mitzi, how long have you worked here?
Couple of days. But I don't know nothing about Mr. Ryan. I'm a married woman, and I... What do you think you're staring at, mister?
Maybe something wonderful, Mitzi. Tell me, baby, do you always wear that kind of a uniform when you're working here?
Sure. Ryan says this girl should look neat and clean. It helps business. Anything wrong with that?
No. Matter of fact, it might be just the lead I'm after.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and if I'm right, baby, the rest of this case will be a cinch. So good night and thanks. You've been a big help, sweetheart. When I got back to the corner of Union and 59th, I took the stairs up to Betty Larson's flat 2 at a time, crossed the fingers on both hands, and prayed that Ibarra was right about Ryan returning to his girl's place. When I stepped into the room a second later, I knew that I'd never doubt the good lieutenant again because standing next to an open window and staring out at nothing was Ryan himself, numbed and red-eyed. I asked him one question. Although his answer was only a couple of words mumbled between trembling lips, it was all I had to know. Now everything, Betty Larson's murder, the death of Vanetta, the guy with the forehead and the missing pearls, the whole shebang was starting to fall together. Oh, come on, baby, be home, please. Marlowe, Vivian. Look, honey, I want you to do me a favor. Get hold of Steve Temple and meet me over at your uncle's place on Adams as soon as possible. I need your help. Goodbye.
Well, Marlowe, what took you so long? I understood you needed our help and in a hurry at that.
I had quite a way to come, Temple. Is Vivian here?
Yes, Marlowe, Vivian's here, and that means that we can stop counting noses. Now, why do you need our help?
Catch someone who stole once and murdered twice?
Murdered twice?
That's right. You know, it's my guess that whoever stole that rope of pearls also moved Vanetta's medicine out of reach when his heart started skipping beats.
Can you prove that?
No, I can't. But it doesn't matter, really, because the guilty one also killed a party named Larson. And when you pay for one, Vivian, you paid for them all.
I don't follow you, Marlowe. Who are you talking about?
I'm not sure, but this much is certain. Vanetta called me at 5. When I got here at 6, he was already dead and the pearls were gone. Now, I figured that whoever took them argued with him first, which makes that person, 1, somebody who knew Vanetta, and 2, responsible for the old man's death.
Then the new nurse couldn't possibly have been the one who stole the pearls.
No, but the new nurse could have been the one who overheard everything while standing right here.
Haven't you been able to find this nurse?
No, not yet. But sooner or later, honey, I'm sure we'll catch up to him.
Him?
Yes, Temple, I said him. Nurse Larson is a male with a lot of forehead and few ethics. The person you killed was his sister Betty, a waitress. And don't move, Temple, or I'll be glad that I was forced to put holes in you.
Temple's the one? He stole the rope of pearls?
Yeah. But this Nurse Larson who saw him do it got in touch with him, right, Temple?
It was filthy blackmail.
Which you were going to stop by a filthier murder, and you almost did. Because somehow or other you got the right room in the right house on Union and 59th, but the wrong party. Isn't that about it, Temple?
Yes, Marlowe. That's about it.
Oh, leave me alone, Temple.
Now, Marlowe, you don't shoot me without going through Vivian first. Dear Vivian, Sidney's precious niece was going to have the pearls all to herself. Don't move, Marlowe. It'll cost Vivian her life if you do.
I doubt that very much, Temple.
Larson.
That's right. Joe Larson, forehead and all. Now, you, Temple, step away from that girl or I'll tear you to pieces.
No, Larson, no. Now, we can still do business like you said in that note you sent me. I'll split with you.
Shut up. You forget 2 things, Temple. First, you tried to kill me. And second, you did kill my sister. Now, why don't you run for it? Or are you afraid? Which is it? Come on, Temple, talk.
I am afraid.
Well, Marlowe, that just about winds things up.
Yep. Joe Lawson sent up for attempted extortion, and Temple...
Sent up for good.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Marlowe, when you called a while ago and said that you wanted Temple and me to help you, did you know then that Temple was the murderer?
No, I didn't, Vivian. Then I only knew that whoever had killed Betty Lawson had mistaken her for the new nurse, and that the actual nurse was Betty's brother, Joe.
Where'd you get hold of that, Phil?
Well, it started in Ryan's Cafe, Barra, just after you left. I had nurses on the brain, I guess. And when I took a good look at the waitress there, I suddenly realized that her white uniform, white shoes, and white cap could easily confuse a guy like Temple, who also had nurses on the brain.
Well, I can see a killer making a mistake about appearances, all right, but I still don't understand how it is that the telephone number of my uncle's nurse turned out to be Betty's apartment.
Because a nurse did live there, honey. Betty's brother was a medical student, part-time male nurse, and full-time bum. You see, Ryan, who brought food to Uncle Sidney, knew that he needed a new nurse, and he sold him on the idea of Joe Lawson, because he wanted his girlfriend's brother to have a job.
Oh, I get it. Say, I know what I'm going to do with those pearls.
Sell them?
To the highest bidder.
Oh, no, I'm going to break up that set.
Break up the set.
Yeah, I'd like very much to get a pair of earrings out of them. Oh, and for each of you, a set of cufflinks. Good night, gentlemen.
When Vivian got into a car, aimed it toward a collection of chipped rocks on Fountain near Bronson, and waved goodbye, it was nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. No. After I said so long to Ibarra and started back to my apartment on Franklin, an idea hit me for the first time. A pearl is the result of the irritation of an oyster, a disease. And when you string a lot of diseases together, the result is frequently a plague. But it's from plagues like that I make a living. That's what I get for reading books. I wonder if I'll ever go any place where I can wear pearl cufflinks.
The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, created by Raymond Chandler, stars Gerald Moore and is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald. Script is by Mel Donnelly, Robert Mitchell, and Gene Levitt. Featured in the cast were Junius Matthews, Louis Van Ruten, Fay Baker, David Ellis, Lillian Baeff, and Ed Begley. Lieutenant Detective Ibarra is played by Jeff Corey. The special music is by Richard Orant. Be sure and be with us again next week when Philip Marlowe says...
A corpse that wouldn't stay dead, a pistol with a silencer on it, and a fortune in a black satchel spelled death for the big city boys when they finally got together in lonesome Arizona. Population 802.
Stars light, stars bright, and that's no optical illusion. The brilliant gleaming list of stars on CBS tomorrow night. Van Johnson's the star on the Prudential Hour drama. Spike Jones will positively appear in a sketch getting the war paint off Bob Hope's latest movie. Jack Benny will have Claudette Colbert and Vincent Price as his special guests. Amos and Andy, Dashiell Hammett, Sam Spade, and Lum and Abner are the next bright stars in line. Then Helen Hayes, First Lady of the Stage, starring on her Sunday night Electric Theater, followed by Hollywood's own Eve Arden in the wonderfully comic series Our Miss Brooks. In the next to closing, another bright comedy, Life with Luigi, and the whole star lineup, topped off by the world's most brilliant adulpates, the experts on It Pays to Be Ignorant. Jack Benny's program will come to you over all of these same stations, and the others in this vast array of stars will be heard over most of them. Top writers, top directors, and top stars of American show business come to you on CBS. Now, stay tuned for Gangbusters, which follows immediately. This is Roy Rowan speaking for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Check, testing. 1, 2. Fuck it. And good morning, I'm here. Good morning, Joey. What's going on, dude? Hey, yo. Am I picking you up now? Is it time? Oh, crap, I'm late. Totally. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty whooped. Everything looks nice here, though. Well, nice for living in squalor. Other than that, yeah, it's horrible. Oh, yeah. You just got on a plane. Wow, that's great. Wow. Pardon me. That's cool. Oh, we're going to go to the grocery store in a little while. What do you want? What do you want from the store? I already got Bargs. Totally. You like bacon or sausage? Totally. I told Mom we'd just wait until you got here and then go to the store, but however you want to do it, bro. You and I can go to the store on the way home from the airport. Totally. Eggnog, now we're talking. I think I got some brandy here. But yeah, we'll pick up some eggnog for sure. I love a good eggnog. I don't put booze in it because I can't handle it. But I like a good eggnog. Some people put brandy, some people put spiced rum in it. Some people just snort it like it's cocaine. Yeah, that's why I got my runny nose. I've been snorting too much eggnog this morning. Totally. Hey, we're here. It is not Wednesday. It is a Thursday. It's Throw Up Thursday. Oh, wait, Throwback Thursday. It's the Throwback. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Eggnog. Nog. The Nog. Ooh, Nog. He was one of my favorite characters on Deep Space Nine. Star Trek Deep Space. You haven't eaten since 12 a.m. It's only been 5 hours. Have some peanuts or a candy bar on the plane. You didn't grab anything, huh? Should have grabbed a candy bar. A Snickers. I always get a big, giant, fat, extra large Snickers when I need that. Oh, I gotta eat, but I need to wait. Then I eat a Snickers. Well, there you go. It's 8 a.m. there. Well, oh. I get it. We're on different times. Yeah, so it's been 8 hours. I used to go 8 hours of work without eating because the eating would slow me down. I knew that if I ate, I didn't want to do the rest of the night, especially at night jobs. I hated eating dinner at nighttime. There was one job where I was working a graveyard shift as a maintenance man here in Palm Springs. And one night I was just so wiped out. I ate dinner and then went out to my car and passed the fuck out. And I passed out there for like 3 hours. People were like, where were you? We were trying to call you on the radio. Where were you? Oh, fuck. I forgot my radio over. Son of a bitch. I was in there working on it. We went by there and we all must have been in the bathroom. Right. And then they hit me up later. You know, the camera saw you out in your car the other night. And my answer was, yes, so what? There wasn't a fucking thing going on here. Yeah, but they couldn't reach you. Good. You bastards. Good. Fucking good. Totally. 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 I mean, way totally. I know you'll survive. You won't go hungry here, I'll tell you. Mom will make sure of that. So your guys' concert is on Sunday. Yeah. And I'm like, really? First flight is 4 hours. Oh, okay. So that puts you at 9 o'clock my time to get to Denver, right? Okay. And then the second flight is only, what, like an hour and a half or something? It's just kind of an up and down thing. We're so close. We're so close. Yeah, hear me now and get close to me later. Shut up. Totally. Wow. I don't know what I'm going to do. The place is ready. Get your bed all set up and everything. Everything's ready already. I don't know what I'm going to do between now and when I come get you. That's the hard part. Because I know if I stay awake until I come get you, once I come get you and we get home, I'm going to be wiped out. So I'll probably try to take a nap. Take a nap on the plane, dude. Yeah. Heal me now. That's a good 4-hour nap. I could maybe get 2 hours in 4 hours. If I had headphones, a neck pillow, a blindfold, and a blanket and some kind of pillow to kind of snuggle with. Yeah. I could sleep for probably 2 hours on a plane. Anywhere, really, if I could have those things. The blindfold is a must. The headphones are a must. The bigger, the better. Totally. Totally. Yeah. Just gotta own a plane. So you guys are taking off soon? Is that what it is? Yeah, that's fucking far out, man. Far out. Well, it is morning. It is the morning show. It's the 4th of December. I can sleep in any position. Oh, great. I can't. Lucky you. That's where we differ. I can't sleep for shit anywhere at any time. If I have 4 hours to get a nap, even if I'm in bed and as comfortable as can be, in 4 hours I might get to 2 hours of good sleep. Maybe. Right? But probably not. Fucking sleep. Oh. I know. Everybody that I know can sleep. Everybody. My wife, she gets in bed, she's gone. My daughter, anytime she needs to go to sleep, she gets in bed, she says, I'm going to sleep. She turns it off and she's asleep. Of course, Joey can turn it off and sleep anywhere. Me? Nope. I've always been that guy who's been up, the last guy at a party to be awake. Everybody else is passed out on the floor and couches and in cars and in beds and on the stairs and shit. And I'm the last guy sitting up, nursing a beer, smoking a joint, 4 in the morning. I remember we used to throw these wild parties at my friend's house after his parents had separated. And his stepfather was gone, but his mother was okay with us partying at the house. Her thoughts were, give them a place to party and hang out, and they won't be out getting in trouble. And she was right. You're usually the last one to sleep. Yeah, there you go. That's me. And she would come home from work in the morning, like 6, 7, 8 in the morning, right? And the first wouldn't wake up totally. And she'd come home, and there'd be kids passed out all over. At this point, we were like older teenagers. And we'd be passed out all over the house, right? And I'd be sitting down in the little dining room next to the kitchen, nursing a beer, smoking a joint, and she'd show up, and she'd get herself some Crown Royal on the rocks and sit down with me, and we would just sit down and hang out and talk. And I had so many relationships like this with my friends' mothers because they kept the same hours that I do. That was it. I'm still the last one to go to sleep at night and the first one to wake up in a normal household, right? That's not the case with my daughter at this point. Now, she's the last one to go to sleep, but she ain't the first one to wake up. So, totally. I'm still the one that gets up with the least amount of sleep and does my dailies. That's it. Last night, I looked up and it was after 8. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta go to bed. Finally got into bed after 9. And I put something on the TV. Planet 51. Another sleeping pill movie. And put that animated film on and was out pretty quick. Sitting up, sleeping. Neck pillow propped up, all stiff like this. For the first couple of hours I sleep like that because it, I usually have some kind of food, some sustenance, at least an hour or so before I go to bed. So I usually sit up at night for the first hour or two in bed, sleeping, just to help so that I don't wake up burping up whatever it is I ate, right? That sucks. Well. Wow, I'm in shock. You're on your way back. That's excellent. Excellent. Scrambled excellence. Totally. All right, I'm going in. Cover me. All right, remind me to give you my little cards. When you're here, let me give you a stack of these. And when you get off of the plane or on the planes, right, throw them around. I leave some in the bathroom when I go out to clubs and stuff. I leave some on the bar. I leave some here and there. Every once in a while, I'll drop some of these things off somewhere. It's got my phone number on there. I don't give a shit. But it's pretty cool. I will usually try it. Like when I went to Vegas or something, I left a couple out there. Every place I go, I leave a couple to just kind of see if anybody ever says, "Hey, man, I found your card. I just wanted to see what's going on. What do you do out there? What's the deal?" Right? I caught your morning show. Thought you were a kook. Thought I'd give you a call. Tell you, I think you're fucking nuts. Hey, it worked. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it worked. Let me take this here. I'm going to take my monitor here. Whoa. And I am going to go grab a share, copy this link, jump out, go to Cassie, and send Cassie a link to this morning show 160, and now we're at 174. So it's been a while since I sent her a link. And we'll see if she takes the bait. We'll see if she takes a nibble. And we'll see what happens. I hope everything's okay. Let me go back to my comments here. Live. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. I did it. I did it. Yeah, I did it. Ah, shut up. Yeah, still have never been up in the air on a plane. Haven't had a reason to. I'd go if I needed to get on a plane, but I haven't had the need to get on a fucking plane, so I haven't. My entire life, 57 years, never been on a plane. Do I want to go on a plane? If I need to. I was considering over the summer skydiving. Skydive Lake Elsinore. I did not. I stepped off of a tall stair, a ladder, stepped off of a ladder and hit the ground and jarred my whole spine and knees and everything, and I was in pain for a good day and a half after that. I just twisted my hip the other day and it just destroyed me, right? So I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe the hard landing in a parachute ain't such a good idea. Right? I'm sure these guys can come down and drop you, like a marshmallow on a hot chocolate, but I can't risk it. There ain't enough there. I'd love to do it. But there you go. Hot air balloon, nope. A tall building, a high mountain, or one of those airplane rides at an amusement park. That's about as close as I've got to flying. That's it. That's as close as I've got. I'm not scared. At least I don't think I am. I just haven't had the need. The need for speed. Shut up. Yeah. Looks like Joey might be taken off or in the air. It looks like we might have lost him. I don't know if you can get us when you're flying. I know it used to be illegal to be on your cell phone, turn off all electronic devices. And now all of a sudden you can do whatever the fuck you want on a plane. Right? I don't get how things are. 1 year they're bad. 1 decade you can't do this because it goes against all, common sense to do this. And then a decade or two later, it's like, oh, you have to do this because that's what everybody does. Yeah, but I come from the people who say this is bad, and now you're saying it's good. It's okay to accept food and candy from strangers. It's okay to accept rides from strangers. It's okay to give people your personal information. This stuff was deemed stupid when I was younger, and now it's okay. Now it's what you do. It's how you do it. All right. All right. I don't understand that. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell's going on today. I think my daughter said she doesn't have to go back to class on Wednesday of next week, but she has 4 finals that week. So she's got her final on Monday, and then her other classes usually wrap up by like the end of the week. Right? So her finals are going to be probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or something, right? Ugh. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm just so happy that it's going to be over soon. One more semester. She says, I don't want to go to school 4 days a week next semester. And I said, yeah, but just think of it as just getting it done with gusto, just knocking it out. 4 days, get it over with, boom, bang, bing, bang, boom. Get as much as you can out of it and move the fuck on and be done with it. Done. My wife's already, so what are you going to do? You gotta do something. And I'm thinking, yeah, she's going to do stuff with me. That's what she's going to do. I don't want her to get a job and move out or do any. I want her to fucking hang out and do stuff. That's what I want. So that's my goal. Is to keep her here not working and doing it as, of course we're going to work and do stuff, but I don't want her out doing some menial job. If that's the case, she'll come to work with us, help the family, bring some money in, and eventually she'll find something. You force somebody into something, and then they're just used to being in ruts the rest of their fucking life. No. She'll take some time off. She and I will work on some projects together. And she'll start to formulate some kind of plan. That's it. And I ain't going to force it. And I ain't going to let anybody else force it on her. Period. If it should happen to me, it happened to Mom. It happened to everybody, right? We shouldn't do it just because everybody else gets fucked. We should make sure that she gets fucked too, right? Let's not do what everybody else did with their families. Let's do something a little bit different. We don't have to do the same thing that everybody else does. Yep, kid gets old, gets done with school, get him out working. Put a hammer in their hand. Fuck that. Fuck that. At this point, I don't care what kind of job she can get with her bachelor's degree. That don't matter right now. What matters is that she got her bachelor's degree. She can take some fucking time off. 17, 18 years of fucking schooling. It's time to take a break. Get to know the family again. Get to know herself. Explore her options. Totally. Let's take this nice and easy. Everybody has to get out of fucking school or whatever and go out and start working somewhere, doing something, bringing in that money, right? Why? Let's reevaluate. And if you gotta do that, well, you better be fucking doing something that you love to do, or you're just a fucking slave. Period. So I didn't raise no slave. I didn't raise no dummy. I'm gonna make damn sure, well, that she has way more opportunity than I ever did. And we ain't any different than when I was young. And yet she has way more opportunity than my parents ever afforded me. And all we did was just be good parents. She did all the work. We just made sure that she knew we were here. That was it. What do you need? What do you need? That's what I say to her most of the time. What do you need? I'm here for you. That's what I do, you know. Oh, we got to go to school 4 days a week. No problem. I'll find something to do. I don't care. It's my job. That's my job. My job as a parent is to do just that. What do you need? And then handle it. And she never asks for anything, right, that I can't handle. So there you go. She does all the work. She usually just needs to pick my brain. Just pick my brain. Picking my brain. Picking my brain. Picking my brain. Look at my little supply of paper towels here. Keep my coffee covered up and stay warm. Warm. Warm coffee. Are you ahead? No, but I'm catching up. Yeah. Totally. Oh, totally. I gotta do an adjustment here. Oh, stupid cushion on the pillow too. It's all fucked up, man. Oh, it's my spine. That's what's fucked up. I cannot get comfortable in this chair ever with my legs straight down. It just doesn't work. Are you? I thought there was some kind of little insect flying around here. Oh, they made me so mad. So mad. Totally. What's going on? Maybe Mom and I will go. Well, I was going to say maybe we'll go out and get the new battery put in this van and have it ready so that we can drive it Sunday while the kids have the car. But then again, it drives like shit. Stalls out in traffic, stutters. So I just need to start replacing more shit on it. Probably come the first of the year, I'll probably do something along those lines. It needs to be running. It needs to be up. It's got less than 100,000 miles on it. It needs to be up and running really, really good. It's got a really strong motor on it. It really does. When it wants to, it drives really well. So I needed to get to that point and stay there. Once it's there and it runs great, then I can think about getting it cleaned up on the inside, and on the outside, I'm not sure what I want to do. It peels like me with a sunburn. So I really need to figure out how to fix that, because once that issue is fixed, it should fetch a decent price. I don't want to spend an arm and a leg fixing the paint issue. I don't want to spend an arm and a leg fixing the fuel issue. I mean, I'm just done with it. Every car I've bought is a fucking lemon. I think I bought one good car, and it was brand new. A Saturn SL. It was the only good car that I ever really had. I bought it new, had it for 5 years, and sold it. Since then, we've owned 2 other Saturns, same model, and they were great little cars. I don't think I'd own another Saturn, even if they still made them. I just want to be able to go out to my van, get in it, and drive it 1,000 miles any time that I want, without having issues. I mean, the last time that I drove it, it kept stalling and right in the middle of fucking traffic, right? I had to get out and fucking push the goddamn thing. Luckily, I was on a slight grade and could go downhill, right? I'm too old to do that shit. Too old. Too worn out. Too beat up. It's not the age, it's the fucking mileage, it's the slaveness. This needs heat like you don't believe. Probably better for my teeth this way, my dentures, but oh well, I'm gonna heat it up because it sucks. Widening. Oh, okay. Come on, spine. Quit fucking with me. I'm here. I didn't go away anywhere. Oh, Happy Days Stars Reunite Fan Convention. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's great. Totally. Totally. Yeah. Just fiddling around, just a fiddling around. 'Cause I'm a fiddler, and I like to fiddle around. To fiddle, 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 fiddle faddle. Anybody like fiddle faddle? Wow, some of these things are so complicated. So complicated, eh? It's like, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? Okay. That's crazy, man. Why does it have to be so complicated? Yeah, it is. It always is. Dying. I don't want fucking sheet music, man. And I don't want a YouTube video. Wow. I am really getting annoyed. Let's see. And I do not want the theme or the Cars version of Drive. I do not want that. Incubus? Oh, I don't think so. I don't bloody think so. Oh, that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculosis. Now you stay warm there. There we go. Mm-hmm. course, the lyrics that I want, but I cannot find my chords. When I was younger, I would have just recorded the show on VHS and then sat with my guitar playing this theme song over and over and over again, and then I could just work it out on the guitar. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, it's what is this? It's Thursday, right? It's Throwback Thursday. That's crazy, man. Oh, gotta bring that heater a little closer, because it's a little chilly. It was 50, it's 40. 42 now. It's low 40s this morning. It's the low 50s yesterday morning, and the low 40s the morning before. Up and down, up and down. Totally. Yeah, man. I don't care who you are right there, man. That's funny stuff. I would totally, if I was on a plane and hungry, I would hit the lady up. Anybody, I'd be like, hey, you got any food? I'm starving. Some fucking peanuts, a candy bar, something. That's why they keep peanuts, because they're good protein, and because people are always getting on the airplane after having been going crazy in the airport for hours, or yeah, I missed breakfast, I was getting ready, and then the taxi showed up early, and then I had to wait in line, and this and that, and I haven't eaten in 18 hours, man. Totally. That's crazy. I can't do that anymore. I don't have to eat much, but I do have to eat somewhat regularly. And then then I'm fine. If I eat one good meal a day, I'm okay. So I try to eat one good meal a day, and then I try to snack as much as I can. Breakfast and in between. And breakfast is not much of a meal, it's more of a snack. A cereal bar, a little hot cereal, nothing much. Stuff's a little straight in here. I get stuff kind of straightened up, you know? Let's see. Yeah. It feels a little... It's actually a little less snug than it was before I straightened up. Feels a lot nicer in here. The whole place feels a lot nicer. My little hovel. My little rat hole, that's what I live in. I am the rat in the hole. Looking for the cheese. I'm looking for the cheese. Cheese. Cheese, Grummet. Totally. I'm totally ready, eh? Totally ready. I'm totally, like, ready for it, eh? Wow. No. Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna fucking happen, man. Not gonna do it there. Anywho, I'm here this morning. I'm just barely kind of hanging on. We're in the kind of in the midst of the holiday season here. And as usual, per the holidays, I'm feeling we haven't set up a tree. I don't know if we're gonna set up a tree. I imagine that we will after our house guest is gone, and then we'll just kind of leave the living room the way it is and put the tree where the air mattress is right now, and just do that. Usually it'll be like the weekend after Thanksgiving. We'll go ahead or the following week, we'll set up the tree. There's nothing really ritualistic about it. It's like, you know what, are we going to set up a tree? Yeah, let's set up a tree. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's like, you know what, it's already too close to the holidays, and It would be nice to have a little bit bigger place that we could afford the space to have kind of like a lot of people do when you enter into their home, the stairs over here and kind of a big entryway, and that's usually where they do like a lot of decorations for the holidays, you know, and then a corner of the living room. Our living room is a corner. We don't really have much of a living room, so decorating is kind of have flow, and the tree is usually a big deal, even if it's just that little tiny little tree that we use, because it's about the space. It's about the space. Totally. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. It's optimizing my battery charging. And it's going to take hours to do it. That's great. Every once in a while you gotta do something like that. I can't believe it's the 4th of December. We're almost to 2026. And season 5 of this show. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Season 5 of the morning show. How many weeks do we have left here that we're going to be able to do our morning show? So this is week 175. Next week is 180. 185, 190. We could go to 195 if we work through this season through the 2nd of January. We can get to 195 on the episode count. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do, how I want to start the season. The year starts on a Thursday. And that's bad for me. So I don't know if I'm going to start season 5 on the 29th of December or on the 5th of January. And then if I started on the 5th of January, do I take season 4 through the 2nd of January and use up the last week of December? Questions? I don't know. And do I take that week off and do some kind of special, nighttime special on New Year's? And celebrate New Year's 1985 or something? I don't know. I don't think I want to get into another special, because that's going to take away from putting together season 5, and I have yet to do that. So more than likely I will end this season on the 26th of December and pick up season 5 on the 5th of January. And take the week off in between. If I take that week off in between, I can do the morning schedule and just work out all of the daily stuff for the morning show and get it done. Let's see, I need to find some widgets. Clock widgets, there we go, I've already got it written down. I fixed my computer issue. It was running really, really slow, and I was using up a lot of CPU because of the stuff that I had set up for Black Friday. My OBS program was just chewing up memory. So I deleted all of that stuff. It's all gone. And my computer's running back to normal. Isn't that nice? I will probably take a nap this morning. I will probably get done here, have a cereal bar, and then get my neck pillow and go lay in bed for a couple of hours. So that when I get the call from Joey that he's going to be at the airport soon, I will be well rested. And then I'm better to receive a house guest, right? I don't want somebody to show up and then I gotta go take a nap, right? I know I'm old, but that's just not right. So hopefully I can squeeze in a bit of a nap, and then on the way home here we can do whatever we gotta do. Namely, go to the store. Maybe Mom and Joe go to the store. She's better at doing that kind of thing than I am. We would come home with a bunch of crap that we'd never eat. She would go to the store with someone and figure out exactly what they wanted to eat and bring just that home and make that. look at just the snacks required, just the items required. I would come home with a bunch of crap. Hey, look at all this crap. You dumbass. Where's the stuff you were supposed to get? Oh, I forgot. That's me, baby. That's totally me. It ain't me, babe. It is, but it ain't. It ain't, but it is. So it looks like we're going to get to 75, 80, 85, 90. We're going to get to 190 episodes this season. And that's probably going to be it. I'm going to take off the last week of December and the first 2 days of January. And have that as my vacation time, I guess. But I'll probably be stuck here trying to finalize everything for season 5 and trying to come up with the new elements that I need for the show this next year and the channel. I may start a new channel this year and monetize it and only have on it me and original content. More than likely, I will do a podcast live every day and a discussion time on the couch with my dog. I think if I sit and have something to talk about with my dog every day, and I will sit on the couch and have my daughter record me having a conversation with my dog 5 times, and every day I will upload one live as though it was happening live. And do a live show in the morning. Every afternoon, air a conversation with my dog. Good morning. Hi, James. How you doing? Joey just got on a plane a while ago, so I don't think he's still here. I do believe he is leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when he's going to be back again. He's going to call. Let me know when he's here. Totally. Man, it's cold. I got the heater on high right next to me, 3 feet from me, and it's cold. Totally. Totally. Okay. Some kind of boogin. Some kind of boogin. Boogin. Oh, man. You ever just want to throw yourself down on the ground and just stretch and roll like a fucking dog? I do. Sometimes in bed, I will just twist and jerk and flop and stretch and, just try to reach with my toes over to the other side of the room and try to reach to oh yeah, a good stretch. I need a good stretch. I need a good stretch on the rack. Put him on the rack. That's what I need. I need some good old rack time. That's not what it means. I actually had a kind of a rack built in my basement bedroom when I was 15. I had 4 chains hanging from the ceiling, and there was a piece of wood, a large solid piece of wood block that I had cut into kind of a Y with another Y. So it was like a backrest and a place to stretch your arms out and a place to stretch your legs out. No shackles or anything. I hadn't got that far. But I put it in the middle of the room so that it looked like kind of a perverted sexual rack device thing. But I used it as a hanging table, which really threw people off, right? Because it was kind of odd looking. But I just had it as a table. I had my bed in one corner up against a concrete wall. I had my beer bottles from all over on the concrete wall above where the windows go out from the basement, the staircase that goes up and out. And it was just a little concrete bunker. And I just turned it into a little bedroom. It was empty, so I'm like, hey, can I live in here? And the guy who owned the house that we were staying with said, yeah, go ahead. There's nothing in there. And I did. I cleaned it all out. And this is the guy who had lived in a barn with a dirt floor. But right before this, I think I was 14 and was living in a barn that had a dirt floor and no real protection from the outside elements. It was a barn. It was for livestock, and I made a loft up in the framework with an owl. And I would climb up on these things to get up in this roof, up in this eaves up in the roof, right? And it was just framework up there. And I took wood and built this little room up in there, up in the eaves, up in the rafters of this barn, and dragged a mattress up there and a light and a radio, curtains. And I did that for a while until I got tired of going up and down and up and down. And I was living in a tent trailer at the same time for a while. I was living in the barn, on the floor, on a dirt floor. Anything, really, to get away from everybody and to be on my own. Nobody ever complained, you can't do that. You have to stay with the rest of the family and you have to be part of the family. No, I was like, yeah, whatever. So, made me wonder. So what's going on, James? What are you doing? You just stopped by to listen to me ramble? You're crazy. You're crazy. I don't even listen to me when I'm talking. I gotta ask people, what was I talking about? Seriously, dude. Totally seriously. It's been an hour, over an hour. I can start drinking this coffee in earnest here. I'm not going to pour it into Ernest and drink it out of him. I no. Understand the English language. It's so horrible nowadays. How you try to joke with people and they know so little about humor and the English language that you talk to them and you say something funny and they look at you and go like, what does that mean? It's like, never mind. Some people you just can't even talk to because they're just in such a weird place anymore. And you're like, do you not have a sense of humor at all? I was trying to be humorous, and you're taking this way too seriously, and in the wrong direction. I was not even going down that road, and there you are pulling me. Come on, you can't go down this road. Well, stop pulling me down that fucking road. You can't make a simple comment anymore, because if you do, somebody fucking jumps all over your fucking ass, right? For what? For making us a silly little comment that was very bland and unhurtful to anyone, but you're going to find something in there that offends you. And how dare I offend you and make you feel... It's like, you know, I'm not in control of your fucking emotions, you pussy. It got colder. It actually got colder this morning. The sun must be coming up here soon, because it got real cold real quick. That's the desert for you, baby. As the sun comes up, it chases all that cold temperature this way. And then it'll get really, really cold, and then all of a sudden the temperature will just shoot up really quick. And it'll stay really cold all night long for hours. And then the temperature will drop as soon as the sun starts coming up, and then it just skyrockets in like an hour, 2 hours. It's, 90, 100 degrees. This is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's totally fucking crazy. Party, dude. Totally partying. Partay-in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we got work-wise this weekend. I try not to pay attention to it. It's usually the day of a job. We'll be having coffee, and I'll say, "We got anything going on today?" And my wife will say, "Yeah, we got 2 houses. One of them's a turnover," or some shit like that. I'll be like, "Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll have my act together by here." And then, of course, she will often not want to wait until here, and she'll take off early and go do something at one of the houses, or go find out if they're gone. I like it when they're gone early. And she'll say, "Hey, I would buy the house and they're gone. Are you ready?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it now. Just get it over with." So sometimes when I'm like, I'm not dressed, I'm knee deep in a project on the computer, and I'm not ready to go out of the house for like 2 hours. In 2 hours, I'll be like, "Yeah." And then she'll say, "They're gone. You want to do it now?" And I'm like, "No. Hit me in 2 hours. Get me for the next house." It really is easy work. All broke leg and twisted and fucked up physically. And it has to be done, but it's one of those jobs it's not going to kill me to go scrub toilets. It's going to hurt to scrub toilets and bend over and scrub out a bathtub or something, but it's not like handyman work, construction type work. That's horrible. That is really horrible on your body. Especially if you're physically fucked beforehand. Totally. Throwback Thursday. I don't know what we're throwing back to this morning. I'm just kind of in a daze, right? I've got everything really, really put together here for this week. By the end of the week, this place is going to be destroyed. I need to get a table today. Let me write this down here. Table. I'm going to put a T. I'm going to put a T there for table. And see if I'll remember to get a table today. Across the highway. It's a couple of blocks down the road. It's one of the rentals that we take care of. And we have a bunch of crap in their garage, so... Which reminds me, come springtime, we were trying to just let it happen when it happened organically, right? Say, well, when the house is empty during, a weekend, we'll go ahead and go over there. And if it hasn't been booked, then we'll block it. And we'll go spend a couple of days over there going through the garage and doing a garage sale, right? And I think we're really going to need to do that. So, spring cleaning this year. Yeah. And at the first of the year, if there is a weekend after the first of the year in like January, when my daughter is not in school, we might get the house for the weekend and have a dinner party at night, and during a couple of the days that we're there, just drag stuff out of the garage and do. We can get on social media and advertise it, and we can put a sign down the street in a box. You put a brick in a box, and on the box you put your sign, and that's it. So we can do that. I can grab up one of these big boxes that I have, make a garage sales, actually just stick some garage sales signs to it. And that's it. That's it. And just spend a couple of days trying to off as much of that stuff. And I think right now we have carte blanche to just get rid of it all. Whatever is in the garage, get rid of. There's a couple of old washer dryer machines there. I'm going to hit him up, find out about those. If we don't need them, I'm going to call the recycle guy. We've got some great barely used mattresses there because they're Airbnb mattresses, so they got barely any use. You know, a couple nights a week. That's not a lot of use. A couple nights a week, a few times a month, right? That's not a lot of use. So there's a lot of stuff there that we can get rid of. Go through the house, that the vacation rental, and pull out stuff that we no longer want. Put stuff from other houses in there that we do want. And just get rid of a bunch of crap. And then take a bunch of our crap there as well, that we don't really need this chair, we don't really need, you know, that or this. Let's take it, get rid of it. I don't like to get rid of stuff because at some point I come back and it's like, oh, where's that thing? Oh, we got rid of it. Oh. We had a yard sale one year and we got rid of so much stuff. And I had to walk away because we didn't have room for the stuff, so we had to get rid of it. But I had to walk away and not know what we were getting rid of. So that when a year later, I'd say, where's that thing? Oh, we sold that at the yard sale. Oh, and we did that a lot. We've had to downsize a lot. I don't want to downsize. I'd like to side size. I'd like to get into something just a little bit bigger than this so that we can take what we have and kind of spread it out. That's it. But I don't need to upsize. And I certainly don't want to downsize. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff, baby. Good stuff. Totally. Oh, well. Oh, well. I am probably this morning going to hand my phone off to my wife and have her take over. Of course, she can just send him a message too, but the message will probably come to me and I'll be napping, and then she'll take it and send him a message and say, he's napping, what's going on, when should I wake him up? I need about an hour before I should be to him. It takes me about a half an hour to get to him, so I need about an hour before being to him. 20 or 30 minutes to wake up, get my act together, get cleaned up, get dressed, get in the car, and then go down and get him. It'll probably still be early enough that my daughter will probably still be asleep. Mom will possibly go out to the store and get a few things, but I think we're going to wait. Just take what we got now, and then once Joey gets here, then they can go out to the store and grab some stuff. Make sure that we've got whatever he wants. You know, I already got Barg's root beer. So whatever kind of food that he likes to eat, that's what we'll do. Dinner-wise, I don't know. We usually just play it by ear. You know, what do we feel like tonight? We want to do tacos. We want to do this. You know, is the weather nice enough we can start up the barbecue? Just bring something home. You know, some kind of Chinese or something. And we got a table, so we can do the table thing. That's cool. Sit around the table. Totally, man. And I've got this old TV hooked up here, and it's hooked up to the VCR now. So I should be able to turn this TV on and hook up my PlayStation 2, which at this point, that's the oldest video game system that I have. I wish I had an Atari or an NES, Super NES, something old. I wish I had something old to play on this thing here, because I would. But it's a neat little old TV, and I put the cable box on top, and I put on the rabbit ears up there. So it's got, it's got a lot of stuff. And I'm going to have to come up with a better picture. This picture's kind of crooked. That's because the camera is, it's a little crooked, and it's offset from the center of the desk. So I've got it aimed a little bit askew, which of course makes everything tilt. So it was hell trying to get it set up for that Black Friday show. Get you set up right. It's totally hell, eh? Yeah. I need a tapestry hanging from the ceiling. That's what I need in here. I need a tapestry on my ceiling. Something old, something tie-dyed or paisley, tie-dyed paisleys or something, right? Something big, something about, I don't know, 10 foot by 10 foot. Something I can tack up in the corners and kind of pillow and billow, and then kind of poke up in the middle and tack, and then that's what I needed to hang one of the origami things from the middle with a light in it. That would be cool. Yeah, and kind of make this a little hippie room in here. Totally. I dimmed my light, which kind of helps the mood. But I think I need some other stuff. I need to get my lava lamp. I'm going to turn it on and heat it up. And then once it's hot, I'm going to see if I can shake it. I guess it's not plugged in. Bummer. I'm going to have to take it out, heat it up, shake it, see if I can recombine the two waxes. Because I left it on too long or something, and the wax just separated from the other stuff that's in it. I don't know what the fuck's in it. But apparently the stuff that floats is a two-part thing. And it's a really thick, hard, gooey wax, and then another kind of really light. And they separated. So now I've got these big globs stuck to the thing and a big glob down below. And it's just weird. So I'll have to check it. See if it's plugged in, put a new bulb in if I need to. And then, fuck it, I'll just order a new one, and then only turn it on in the mornings. But I have to turn it on when I wake up. I get up, come in here, turn it on, so it has time to heat up. It usually won't even be moving good by the time the show's over. So I was just leaving it on, right? Otherwise, it just kind of It would be a kind of a long, stretchy, sea monkey looking thing. Totally. Is there anybody out there? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's still around. This is my time. Morning time is my time. It's always been my time. Because, just like Joey, I'm the last to go to bed and the first to wake up, so I usually spend a lot of these hours alone. Late night hours, early morning hours. I love to sit and have coffee and get high in the mornings. It reminds me I want to light an incense. And I put my incense on top of my boombox over here, but underneath the incense holder, I put a nice piece of foil so that if the incense ash spills, it's just hitting the foil, right? But I gotta have an incense burning in the mornings as well. It's just got that, gets that feeling going on in here, you know? I would like to be able to take all of the educational films all the educational films that I put on my channel, right? I would love to be able to take those and put those all onto VHS so that I could watch them on my TVs, right? My old TVs. Because I got a bunch of these old TVs. In fact, I want to get more. When I do the arcade thing, I think it's going to be, I'm going to be going after a bunch of vintage TVs that work. Ones like this that I can use as like monitors and park up on a little shelf somewhere in a corner with MTV playing, right? Because that's my bag, baby. It's got to have. There are certain elements in the arcade that have to be, or it just doesn't work. And TVs in the corners, and every like 6 TVs throughout the whole little arcade, and different old TVs, and all playing the same thing. All playing MTV music videos and old MTV VJ stuff. That's it. That's all. And I will, one day a week, I will just scour the internet for footage and create these videotapes. And all day long, you will be switching videotapes, 6-hour videotape out, 6-hour videotape in. And every day, you'll be playing 2 or 3 of these videotapes with old music videos, old VJ stuff, old commercials, old, and I will make hours and hours and hours of this stuff, content, so that every day it's something different, create this huge library of the past. And not just that, but put on old TV shows, old movies, lots of old commercials. So it's a full-blown vintage hangout. You can't help but feel like you're in the past. You can't help but time travel. But those little TVs, man. I just want a bunch of those TVs. It would be neat as if in the front window of the arcade, right, there was a section that was closed off from the arcade, but it was a window dressed up to look like not an arcade, but a TV store from back in the 70s or 80s, and a whole bunch of different TVs playing different things on them, right? music videos and news and commercials and stuff, and a bunch of TVs and some stereos and stuff, and have the whole window up, Sal's Stereos, you know. Sal's TV and Stereos. Come, I'm crazy. You're going to get a crazy deal from Crazy Sal, right? Something wacky like that. So you're thinking, is this a... And then you walk in thinking it's a TV store, you know, the arcade. And they got a TV shop? No, it's just window dressing. But then you come in and you go, oh, the whole motif should be the past. There should be beanbag chairs, big fat beanbag chairs in the corners, right? Dark little corner with a little light and a beanbag chair, so people have a place to go sit, you know, and maybe a beanbag sofa, you know. I would love to have a long room arcade with arcade games along the side, arcade games down the middle, and then at the end a pool table, an air hockey, a snack bar, a stage, and then off the sides there should be rooms, right? And these rooms should have double door entries with no doors, just beads, right? And everything should be well lit. You can't turn lights off or on from inside. The only place you can turn lights off and on is in the main office, so people can't control the lighting in there. And everything's well lit, has cameras, and you've got these little rooms like booths where people can go and hang out. And it's a sofa and a couple of chairs and a little bean bags in the corners, right? And a big, you know, old TV on the wall or in the corner. Some rooms should be done up like the past, and other rooms should be done up like the past, but have a smart TV so that you can cast your stuff to the TV and play your games right there in your own little booth. And that's it. Just like that. Have a half dozen booths, 1, 2, 3 on each side. And the rooms should be, oh, I don't know, 12 by 12, 12 by 12-ish rooms. Not real big, but not real small either. Something big enough to put in some furniture in the center of the room, you know, or along the walls, you know, and then some little tables. That's probably no coffee table in the center, but rather sofas and chairs pushed up against the walls. And one sofa, when you walk in, is facing the doorway, right? So that you can look through the doorway and see the back of a sofa and a TV on the wall and a couple of sofas along here. And that's it. And you get people who are playing can sit here and be right in front of the screen, and people who are just hanging out can be on the sides in little sofas, bean bags, or whatever. So as you're walking by each entryway into each booth, you can see what's happening on the TV on the walls, as well as what the people are doing inside the booth. So it's not for privacy, it's for personal gaming, right? It's a hangout, but it's not there so that you can go in there, and it's not a make-out hangout. It's not a place where you can go in there and shoot up, right? It's a place where kids can go out and be safe and do what they do. Get involved with the local high school to get the kids who want to be in like a Stranger Things, like an old school audio video department, and get a couple of kids that have an audio video department there, you know. That would be great to get kids involved in that old shit, you know. Have a couple of kids that come out over and hang out when we take machines apart and put them back together so they can learn about it, Yeah. That'd be great. It's just hanging out, man. Hanging out, hanging out. Hanging out. Coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. Totally. Totally. Yeah, I'm starting to drift off into that little happy place. The little happy place where dreams are made. Dubs call me the Dream Weaver. That was nice. That was nice. I am the Dream Weaver. Better than the Dream Beaver. Maybe. Totally. Totally, man. I'm just blown away at how time flies. 2026 is nearly upon us, and I'm still reeling from 1985, right? I am really trying hard to grasp the concept of time. Being in the now is rough. It is really rough. It's totally rough. We're going to be here another half hour this morning, and then we're going to call it quits so that I can get my act together for today, because Joey's going to be here. I need to get this bed dressed, and I need to get some rest so that I can be worth a piss. As far as I know, I'm doing a show tomorrow morning. If it is the case that sometimes Joey say, "Don't do a show tomorrow," I probably won't let that happen this time. I'm probably going to do a show. It'll be like, you're screwed. Pull the blanket over your head and sleep while I'm doing my show. And I can do a show like this and not usually bother him while he's sleeping anyway. He's slept through many a show staying here, so I got no trouble doing a show tomorrow. Monday might be a little iffy because they're going to be coming back late Sunday night, early Monday morning from the show. My daughter's got school that day. And I don't know what my schedule is going to be as far as driver. Sometimes they like to go down there so that they can do something on the way back. So we'll see. We'll see. I just want to get in some quality hangout time. That's all I want. You know, I want to sit on the couch and laugh. That's what I want to do. Just sit around and goof. That's my favorite thing to do. That's what I want to do with my wife any time of the day, is just sit on the couch, watch something stupid, doesn't matter, watch something stupid on TV, and we just sit there and goof on it, you know. Probably my favorite pastime is hanging out on the couch with my wife or daughter, and or both, or whoever, you know. If I could have an apartment above the arcade, that would be perfect. If I could have a huge office behind or above the arcade, that would be beautiful, right? And I'm talking like a front office and then the main office, where you go in and it's wall-to-wall wood paneling, wood furniture, wood cabinets, bookshelves, media shelves, fully loaded with vintage. Big giant leather wingback chairs, big wood desks, everything that you could think of watching an old 1970s movie, right? Oh yeah, baby. Just monitors, TVs built right into the cabinets, into the walls. A bar that spins around right out of the wall. Oh yeah. You know, what do you want? Pot, booze, cocaine? What do you want? You know, a bar. I'd probably do that. Have a bowl with a top on it, and have some really good looking powdered sugar in there that looks like cocaine. So you could fuck with people, you know. What do you want? You want a little booze, a little pot, a little cocaine, you know. Fuck with what? That'd blow their minds. Nah, I'm just pulling your leg. It's all fentanyl. It is anymore. It's all fentanyl. I don't know that my body could handle it, but I'll tell you what, if I was on my deathbed, I wouldn't mind it. A little pure cocaine, you know. At that point, I probably wouldn't be smoking, but I'd want somebody to be smoking a joint, blowing it in my face. I'd want to take a hit. I'd want to take a hit off a cigarette. I'd want to have a shot of booze. You know, I would want to do as many vices as I could right before I check out. Right? Why? Because the feels, you know, to feel something on your way out, to feel good, to feel those things that you enjoyed feeling when you were still alive, you know. Who knows? You might be on your deathbed and do a little cocaine and a pinch of mushrooms and a gummy, and you might live an extra week or month. Who fucking knows? It's like, hey, that got me through the night. Let's do that again. You know, let's keep doing this. Shit, if they tell me I'm on my deathbed and I start snorting coke and it keeps me alive, well, I just might keep snorting coke. Who the hell is this guy? He's talking about cocaine. Shh. Yeah. Kick it. It's totally kicking. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in the frame of mind to be doing any live music. Of course, if somebody shows up and says, "Hey, live music, please," then I you know, sure, I'll do something. But at this point, no, I'm not really in the live music. But I'll leave it up there because that's part of the show. Those words. I'll leave it up there because I'm ready to do anything at any point. Right. I got my desk here pretty much cleaned and organized. I need to do a drawer here and a drawer in the bathroom. If I can do a drawer here where I can take my few things that I keep here on a semi-regular basis and put those down in the drawer. So when I want to get my pot tray out, I can bring it out. When I want to pull out my little box, I can pull it out. Right. A place for my clipboards. And that is right here. So I got a place for my clipboard. So when I don't need a clipboard here, I can stick it over here out of the way. And then that cleans up my desk here. And if the desk is free, then it's open for my house guests to come sit here and do desk stuff. You know, eat a snack, work on the computer, sit here and listen to music and do origami or something, whatever. And there's a TV here that is my monitor, but it's also a smart TV. So you can pull up stuff here and watch. You can watch YouTube here and do stuff here. And that's cool. So, yeah. I'm liking it, yeah. Totally liking it. But yeah, I think I better get out of here at 7 o'clock this morning because I've got a lot of things to get finalized. I need to nap and jump in the shower and at some point eat something and dress a bed. And what do I have to do here on the computer? I don't think I have to really, I don't have any computer obligations at this point. Just the daily stuff and getting ready for the first of the year, the new season. That's it. That's all. That's it, man. So I will probably at some point while over this next week while Joey is here, I'll probably be sitting here not just doing morning show stuff, but I will actually be working on getting things created for the next season. Filters. I need to find filters. That's one of those things. Live screen filters. Live screen filters. Filters, so that I can run my screen here through black and white, through some kind of effect, you know. The main thing I'm going to want to do is put one of those cheesy vintage filters on it so that it looks like an old TV. I want a filter that looks like glass so that it looks like you're looking through a plate glass window. Maybe something where every once in a while you see my reflection on it. You see a light kind of shine on it. That's what I need, a filter like that. Audio filters. I'm going to need to do audio filters as well. Audio and video filters. Now, if I can run my voice through something, that would be fantastic. Totally. Also, I can record with this. That's something that I'm going to have to try, is setting up my desk here, the TV, everything, and then recording what I'm doing, and then taking that and using those elements to create a promo or video. I don't think Mama's doing anything today. It's Thursday. She did her stuff yesterday. I'm not going to go in and bug her. Let her sleep. And then dogs, let them sleeping dogs lie too. Totally. But let's see, we'll get done this morning. I'll get a cereal bar and fiddle around here for a little while and do a bunch of bong hits and get tired. And then just crawl into bed and just say, all right, I'm going to lay down for a couple hours. Here's my phone. Go back and forth with Joey when you know that he's going to be, when you know that he's on the plane coming from Denver, then I should be getting up and taking a shower and getting my act together to take off. I think it's an hour to an hour and a half from Denver. So that'll be perfect. by then he'll know what time he should be in this area. If my van was up and running, just beautiful, I would probably sign up and do the Uber Lyft thing out here, because I've got a van and it seats 6 people besides myself. I can make it 5 and just don't let anybody sit in the front seat, right? But I've got room for 5 and or 6 people and luggage in the back. So I could do I could do airport runs from up here back down to the desert, back and forth. I could do tours where I pick people up at Airbnbs and then run them out through to different places and wait for them, right? That's something that I would be good at, because I would be very knowledgeable, and my van would be set up so that they would be very comfortable and entertained. You know, crank up the air conditioner, the stereo, and hey, you guys, there's ice cold waters in the cooler, you know, and take them around from different places to different places, and that'd be a great gig, you know, and have a little like menu of what I do and where I go at each of the houses that we take care of, so people can call and say, hey, look, I saw your thing, we're going to need a ride to the airport. We Ubered up, but we'd like to get a ride down to the airport. Are you available? We Ubered up so we don't have a car, right? Or we had to rent a car, but it's not big enough to take all of us around and do, you know, whatever. I could do that. I'm familiar enough out here and could become more familiar with stuff out here. And the van is very comfortable to ride in. If it was running great, I could actually use it to make a little money. Fundraising, that's going to be the big thing between now and the summer, is going to be fundraising. And I need to say, look, this is how much we need to raise in X amount of time, and this is how we're going to go about doing it, and every day needs to be about some form of fundraising, right? And then just make that, look, this is the way it's going to be for the next 6 months to a year. This is what it's going to be. In order to get to here, we have to take these steps, right? And just make that master plan, come up with that business plan, that whole idea, and put it down in a presentation so that I can get people on board easily, namely my family. Get my family and a couple of friends on board, and we should be up and running. Some local family out here, we could get involved. Some close family type friends out here, you know. If my daughter and I could get us at least halfway there with seed capital, then I think we could get a few other people involved to help us raise the rest of the seed capital. Because I really wouldn't want to go after investors, because they're going to want some kind of return, and the return needs to be to the community and to the arcade so that it becomes bigger. I don't want to have to worry about paying people monthly for their percentage of what they, you know, I can't do that. I can't, you know, I don't want to trade it publicly. This has to be a private thing, so that we can decide, look, I'm not going to take a paycheck. I'm going to pay everybody else, but I'm not going to take a paycheck so we can get that new machine, or we can get this machine fixed, or this, that, or the other. You know, I don't want to have to go try to explain that to some investor who put in half the money, you know, and wants half the returns. Nah. So I need unobligated, silent investors, people who are just throw in money because they believe in the project. That's it. And the main goal of the project is a place for the kids to hang out. A way for me to just wallow in the past and share it with everybody, right? But a place for the kids to hang out. The whole tourism thing will be there to help pay for the place to make it better for the kids to hang out. Leaving some kind of lasting thing, leaving my daughter with some kind of business, that's all important. It's as important as having something in the community for the kids. Because I've always wanted to be invested in the community, Yeah. Different groups, right? The audio video department from the school. The kids can get together and look all the old audio video department stuff. They can set up a 16mm projector and show a film if they want, right? They can repair the arcade games and VCRs and stuff. That's what we're going to be doing. A video game club at the high school can come over and get together and play in a room and do their stuff and meet there. The different clubs and groups. If we have the 6 rooms, we can have different clubs from the high school come over and hang out and do their club stuff. That would be fucking awesome to be that much a part of the community and kids' lives. That would be fucking awesome. And all I would want would be the opportunity to make this grow and get better, right? Because I'm not into monetary gain, which is why I don't have the money to start this myself. But if I could create something that would take care of itself and grow exponentially, right? Just get huge. And keep it positive by staying involved with the local kids. Period. It's an arcade, so it should always be about the kids, right? Of course, on the weekends, it's about the kids and the tourism that happens. It should be big enough. It should have a big enough footprint so that it can grow into 2 separate places or more where, all right, at nighttime on the weekends when it gets really funky and we want to have some live music and have cocktails and stuff, that's this place. You drop your kids off at the arcade here and you walk next door to here and do that. The kids are having hot dogs and hamburgers and sodas and popcorn and watching movies and playing games and hanging out. And then the adults are over here doing the adult thing, right? Eventually that would be perfect, a perfect combination. I would not mind being the babysitters of the community, right? Yeah, I may not have been a great babysitter when I was young, but having raised a child, I know now that, and thrown so many parties for kids, right? That I think that I would probably be really good, kind of in the wings, making things ready and safe and good for a bunch of kids to hang out and do their stuff, right? I would be that old crazy guy that would walk through once in a while, turning something on, flipping a switch, breaker, fuse, doing something, hanging something, right? I would be that crazy guy. That after hours, I get together with a couple of kids and do kind of an audio video department thing, right? Mainly it would be watching videos of how to repair things and then repairing them ourselves. That would be pretty much it. And get a couple of kids, teenagers who would want to do that and come over and get paid a couple of hours a day to repair the machines that they watch the video. All right, you guys go home and watch these videos and take notes. And whatever you got to do so that when you show up to work after school, you can open up that machine and get it done, right? And you get paid, you know. And for everything you learn and everything you fix, you get a little bonus, you know. Hey, you guys were quick. You got that machine up and running. Here's your hourly and your bonus, you know. Give kids a place to go and do something and get repaid by, here's your wristband. Come hang out and play. My dreams will never die, though my life may slip on by. And don't you wonder why, 'cause I'm on a fry. Totally, it's just about time to cut it off. The house is awake. The dogs are tickety-tack, tick-tack, ticking around. I'm gonna do this last bong hit here, and then we're gonna roll. Because Joey's on a plane. Totally. Let's see. I should be back tomorrow morning unless something weird goes on. But I should be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I might be quiet because Joey will be sleeping. I'm going to wake him up. I usually do. Wow. All right, people, you know what to do, right? Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because you can. Makes you feel good, makes the world a better place, makes you a better person, right? You know, take care of each other. Most especially, stay weird. Because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta do it yourself. You gotta put in the time, put in the effort, put in the work. Get your weird on. You know what? Being nice to people, that's a weird thing. That'll really freak people out, you know? Just be nice to them. All right, you guys. Take care. Until tomorrow. Love you all. Thanks for stopping by. And, of course, adios.